Hey everyone, thank you for tuning into Team for Ben's YouTube page again. It is Andrew the Collector here, and I am with Scott the Fanatic, Eric the Cyborg, Manny the Dragon Tamer, and Josh the Ladies Man. Say hi. Hey, say hi, guys.
Hey!
All right, so today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. Since we didn't get to our reaction for the last ban list that came out in the beginning of April, for obvious reasons, we decided to compensate for that by giving our first ban list prediction for the one that's supposedly going to come up in June. So, are we guys ready to start talking about it?
Let's go.
Alrighty. Oh, and it looks like we have someone else coming in.
Who dares disturb my slumber?
Hi, there's Brian. Looks like he chose to join after all.
Don't professional.
No, I'm professional. I'm
There we
leaving.
go. Hey, Brian. We literally just started recording.
You're right on time, actually, which is the good thing.
Yeah. All right, so let's get started with the first card on the band section, and I'm sure one that we all agree on: Block Dragon. Block Dragon is basically the focal point of the Adamancipator deck. And I myself, I'm pretty sure everyone else agrees with me that Block Dragon should be banned. So, Scott, you go first. What are your opinions on Block Dragon?
Yeah, it needs to go. Any one card that can let any one deck search 3 of any pieces, no, that's way too much. That's +3. That's way too much of an advantage. It needs to die. Yeah. Oh, and anything that can be searchable. Everyone was like, I've seen some people say, oh, you can just put it to 1. You can still search it with granite. No, banned. Out of the way. Has to go.
Eric?
Yeah, it definitely needs to go. I mean, throughout playing at myself, yeah, it definitely needs to get banned. If it gets put to 1, that'd be just stupid along on its own.
Yeah. Brian, what about you?
What more could you say, honestly, about it? I mean, the fact that you could go ahead and shoot out the field with it, just the fact of it being a rock type is already ridiculous with all the emancipators.
Yeah. Manny, do you have any Dragon?
Like everyone else has said, it easily gets searched out a lot of times by Union Carrier just to get sent away, get the draw, get the search. It does too much of a plus when it gets sent away.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel bad for other decks that kind of do need it.
Magna Warriors,
for example. To up their consistency, like Megaliths or BA and all of them.
Yeah. Josh, what about you?
Well, it's the same thing with with the Dragon Rulers when they were at full power. It's a dragon, but it's a rock. Yeah. And the one deck that abuses it, and Emancipators, they're just tiers. They're in a tier 0 status. It has to go.
Yeah.
Well, not really a tier 0 status, to be honest.
But they're definitely tier 1.
Yeah.
Tier 0.5.
They're definitely a high tier deck.
All right, so the next card that I want to talk about is one that a lot of people actually are kind of going under the radar because one other deck that they want to hit is Eldritch, but they think that Eldritch is working as best as an engine, which yeah, that is the case. But there's one card in it that definitely would hit the consistency the most, and that is their trap card of Sanguius.
Sanguine.
It's the trap card, the one that specials it directly out from the deck. So
yeah.
I think that if that card gets hit to at least maybe 1 or probably even banned, then I think that it would definitely hurt the deck in a fair way. Josh, what do you think about that idea?
Well, the trap card is this free special summon. So anything that special summons, I think it should be hit, or I haven't really faced them online as much, so I don't know what to describe it.
Yeah. Scott, what about you?
Okay, you want my honest opinion?
Yeah.
If a hero lives as that 1, why the hell should the new deck have a trap card at 3 that does the exact same shit?
It doesn't even pay half your life points for it.
Exactly. No, to 1 or 0.
Yeah. Eric, what about you?
I think the 0 would be too extreme, so let's put it at 1.
Put it at 1?
I say put it at 1 as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Brian?
I'll be neutral at this part. I don't know too much about Elrich or anything like that, but I'll go ahead and be pretty much neutral on the whole thing.
Okay. Manny?
I'm gonna give the card the benefit of the doubt and give it 1, since other decks have cards that shoot out from the deck. Like Rockets have quick launch. Like you guys said, heroes have a hero live. Other decks have cards that shoot out from deck. So I would say give it at 1 just to give other people a chance when everything starts coming up again.
Yeah. All right. Now, moving on to another topic. There has been a bit of a divided opinion about what should be hit in the overall token generating combos, because we have Link Cross, we have the Mecha Phantom Beast, Auroradon, and we have Needle Fiber. Those 3 cards all work in tandem with each other, and a lot of people are saying that Link Cross should get hit, that Auroradon should get hit, or that Needle Fiber should get hit. But the thing is that they're all incredibly new. So there's a chance that none of them could get hit, or one could get hit over the other. So I think that Needle Fiber should get hit. It should definitely be banned because it's the focal point of a lot of degenerate combos. And like Simo said in his video, if they hit Link Cross or Auroradon, they're gonna, or even Rockets, or even a Jet Synchron, we're gonna put that in here too. If any of those cards get hit, and Helcafibrix is still running around, then they're gonna find some other way to abuse it, because it's so generic. It works with any card that uses tuners, but for the state right now, if they do hit Auroradon or Link Cross, it would buy us time, yes, but I don't think it would necessarily solve the actual issue. So, Scott, since you're the one out of our entire group that uses Halka-Fibrix the most, what do you think about that? What do you think about that opinion? What out of those 4 cards, what's your opinion on the matter?
Well, aside from Eric, of course, because he probably uses it a little bit more than I do.
Yeah, I forgot.
I personally
he's
love
actually the one who
a lot more
Chris
than you do.
Bronze. Sorry, Eric.
So my opinion on that, I personally really like Halka-Fibrix. It actually adds a lot of consistency to the various decks that it plays. Blue Eyes, it helps me get to the stones and the tuners a lot faster. Honestly, it probably should be banned, but I don't want it to be. I personally would go after. I think Link. I personally would go after not Jet Synchron, but the card that's really the bigger problem in that combo is the Mecha Phantom Beast tuner. I think that has to go. I think that has to go because not only is it a token generator, it's the tuner that gets summoned off of Halka-Fibrix that makes all the stupid ass boards with Auroradon and shit. Honestly, I think Auroradon should go too because it's like, did you not learn your lesson with Galaxy Tomahawk?
Yeah.
No, get that out of here. So personally, I think Auroradon and the Mecha Phantom Beast tuner, O-Lion, should be the ones that get banned. But more likely, because Halka-Fibrix is literally brand new. We have it, and I personally don't want it to go because it helps a lot of decks that I like to play, like Blue Eyes, like Tech Genus.
Yeah.
Tech Genus, it literally makes it literally makes Trident Launcher playable, whereas before it was just like, it's nearly impossible to get 3 Tech Genus on the field.
Yeah. So Eric, what about you?
So for me, I think the thing for Needle Fiber is that I don't want to say that it should get banned right away. I say you just do what the OCG did and just put it at 1, and just hit like the other like tuners that it brings out.
Okay.
Because, I mean, that's why Global got banned already, because everyone knows that it's a one-card needle fiber already. So it's like, it got banned, like, before it came out.
Yeah. Brian, what
Rip
about you?
bulb.
Me?
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, it can go either way. Whether you hit on towards O-line, you hit on towards Jet Synchron, or you could hit onto needle fiber. Either way, they could set up a combo to the link climb. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. I haven't really seen many decks hit for more than one needle fiber, but if it ends up being the case, limiting down to one is a possibility.
Yeah.
But I do like it in the Blackwing deck though, because with the Blackwing deck, I can shoot in for the Samorg lockdown, which is nice. I know a lot of people don't like it, but whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to limit it down, that's fine. If you have to ban Jet Synchron, then whatever, it's fine. I mean, because Synchron's just made a comeback really bad, so that could also be a factor.
Yeah. Manny, what about you?
I have a couple things to say about it, because the whole thing with needle fiber is that, yeah, it seems like the most ban-worthy card, but since the OCG had it for so much time before we did, I seriously doubt we're going to have it hit anytime soon. So right now, from what I've seen, people are pointing the finger at Jet Synchron and O-Lion. So that they seem to be the main two cards of what needle fiber is using for the combo, which also presents the problem for the whole Mecha Phantom Beast archetype as a whole, since the whole gimmick of them is to spawn tokens and use those tokens for their effect, but they're being abused for link climbing or other abilities such as that.
Yeah.
Can I
Josh,
add
what
one?
about you?
Can I add one last thing, Andrew, about us talking about O-line? Because I'm more than willing to predict we're going to get a lot of comments. Oh, it's good. It's confirmed to be.
Yeah, sure, go ahead,
legend.
Scott.
Yeah. To all you people who are going to be posting down in the comment section, oh, they're not going to hit O-Lion. It's predicted in Battles of Legend Light's Revenge. Saga of Blue Eyes White Dragon, your argument is invalid. Monster Reborn is literally in that deck, and they banned it the list right before it came out. Oh, and like we've never had ban cards in product before. Oh, I don't know. Exciting Knight is in the last Battles of Legend, and Witch of the Black Forest. Witch of the Black Forest didn't come off the ban list until maybe 2 months after that set came out. Exciting Knight, half a freaking year. So, they're reprinting the card. They're not going to ban it. There's no guarantee on that, boys and girls. There's no guarantee. It could very easily be banned. We don't know.
It probably will be.
Yeah.
I
Sorry,
personally
Josh.
hope it will be.
Your turn. What's your opinion on Halka Fabrics, Rorodon, Link Cross, and Jet Synchron?
Well, I run pure Mecha Fan Beast, and if they hit O-Lion, there are other tuners that I can run, but O-Lion is the main one that people go into.
Yeah.
And for Oregon, you're restricted to only no links that turns, but you can still synchro summon. So people have been running that the Herald, the Borrowload Savage, just to name some of the synchros they can make.
Gotcha. All right. So with that out of the way, let's move on to our next topic, the Invoked Engine. I don't have a problem with the Invoked Engine, honestly. But I think that if they were to hit something in that engine, it would probably have to be Magical Meltdown. Because it's not only provides them a search for Alistair the Invoked, but it also provides protection for their fusion summons and their fusion monster effects. So I think overall we would think that Magical Meltdown would get hit over, Alistair or even Makaba for that matter. Yeah. All right.
I agree. The way that the OCG hit Invoked when it was when it was like one of the more dominant decks over there was they limited Alistair and Makaba. Honestly, I can definitely agree with Magical Meltdown either getting Probably getting limited because it's just like if you ban it, it's like you just kill the entire invoked deck.
Yeah, no,
Right after they just got their new bloody fusion. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Eric,
yeah, I remember the first time I played them, and I saw that basically the field spell made it so every fusion spell was kind of a semi super poly. I was like, that's dumb.
Yeah.
That's broken. How is this thing?
Eric, what about you?
I could probably see them doing the same thing as the OCG by limiting Alistair and Mechaba, but I could also see Meltdown going to 1 as well.
Yeah.
I want to say probably should put Invocation to 2.
Yeah.
Maybe
That does nothing.
I mean, yeah, because it recycles itself, so it does nothing. But it just makes you see it less because you have 1 Alistair and 1 Meltdown.
Yeah. Brian, what about you?
Good
What do you
point.
think of the invoked engine?
Well, I'm actually not too familiar with it. It's still new to me, so I can't really make much to an opinion about it. But the best thing I can pretty much say, if the card is really that bad, then it's really that bad, and you might as well just focus on that and do something immediate with it.
Gotcha. Josh, what about you? What's your opinion on the invoked engine getting hit?
Well, they should do what the OCG did, limit Alistair and Mechaba to 1, as well as Meltdown. It makes other fusion decks like Luna Knights and other decks other fusion decks more, like Scott said, like a mini super poly effect.
Yeah. And finally, Manny, what about you? Your opinion on the invoked engine?
Just for the fact that Magical Meltdown is the embodiment of no, nuts in my house, I would say Meltdown to 1.
Yeah. All right. Now for a card that I think is going to cause a little bit of a stir, and that is Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. Hi, Eric.
Ban it.
Well, we got your opinion, Scott. Well, my opinion is I think that it probably is ban worthy. I don't think it should, but while Union Carrier is still a thing, I think it should probably go. So, well, Scott, you got your opinion out of the way.
Here, let me explain my opinion a little bit.
Well, let Eric go first since he actually runs Buster Bladers. So, Eric, state your opinion. Good.
I mean,
Okay.
the only reason why people are saying it should be banned is because of Union Carrier. If Union Carrier never came out, then it would still not be a problem because only Buster players would be the only deck that plays it.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're going to ban it, then that's what's going to happen. But it's all Union Carrier's fault, and I blame you, Scott, for it.
Oh. Here, let me counter that argument. Any card that says your opponent can't play the game cannot exist in the game.
Okay, but here's the
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter
Buster
if
Blade.
it is deck specific. Don't care. Even if it is deck specific, if it says you can't play the game, we literally have Vendi's Emptiness and Royal Oppression banned for the same reasons. It has to go.
Is that why
Union Carrier just broke?
Oh.
Which one?
And then when Necros first came out, we banned Unicorn too.
That's true.
So
When Necros first came out, what did they do? Let's see. We have this one Djinn monster that says, any ritual monster ritual summon with this card as material, opponent can't special summon. What did they do? They banned it.
Well, of course they banned it. He's talking about Unicorn, though. The
Unicorn, Djinn, either one.
Yeah.
Well, Unicorn doesn't prevent the special summons. From what I remember, Unicorn just hold on. Let me look that shit up. The rest of you guys can go. I'm gonna look at.
Well, while Scott looks that up, Josh, what do you think about Destruction Sword? Do you think it should get banned, or do you think it should be left alone?
Well, like with Union Carrier, people were saying the same thing about the infinite negates with the Sumord link.
Yeah.
With the Apex Avian. So I think if they hit Buster, they also have to hit the infinite negates as well. Even though that's gonna hurt my decks that I run like Harpies and Sumord, I don't like that infinite negate combo either. When I use it against my opponents, I feel bad for them sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, the thing, Josh, is that no one's playing that combo deck, that deck right now, because as powerful as it is, it's just not consistent enough.
It's fragile.
Well, here's
Nibiru.
all right. So
exactly, that's in Nibiru.
Yeah.
Unless you get the big bird out and then you just return it to the hand, negate Nibiru, because it's an omni negate. It negates anything.
They summon 5 times before they get even infinity out.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like,
so here's the major difference between. There's a big difference between negating the effects of face-up monsters on the field summoned in the extra deck versus not being able to summon them at all. There is a big freaking difference between the two of those effects. Unicorn just says, okay, you have monsters summoned from the extra deck, their effects are all negated. Friggin' Buster Dragon says you can't special summon from the extra deck at all. Period. I'm sorry, Eric, but it has to go. And I'm not just saying that because I play Blue Eyes. And we all know what happened the last time Blue Eyes fought Buster Blader.
Got it. All right, Brian, what about you? Destruction Sword, do you think it should stay or should it go?
Well, a lot of people, sorry, a lot of people don't really like it. I barely even use the thing. So, but I mean, if people don't like it, then that's fine. If you don't like it, then that's fine. But I mean, I have to agree with Scott though that anything that would basically target out for the extra deck and shut down the extra deck, making it perfectly like unplayable, like at all. So I mean, your opponent wise is stupid. I mean, it's fun, but it's not fun pretty much. I mean, how would you like it if it happened to you? I mean, that's basically like how when Lithogasm came out and got freaked out. I didn't really understand it, but then after I found out that the 3 cards from the extra deck, and I looked at it, I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't know why they brought that thing back. So anything honestly for the extra deck is bad, really bad.
Yeah.
And it shuts down the game. I mean, you might as well have something. What was that one that basically shut down? Basically shut down the deck so you can't play or something like that, or whatever it was. Is it Glimpse of Nature? I think it was like that. The one that flips the deck upside down.
Convulsion of Nature.
Convulsion of Nature. Yeah, that one. A lot of people don't even like that one either. But I mean, they didn't target it. It's not that good of a card, but whatever. I had that played against me. It was really nasty. So. But anything that basically alters the anything that alters the structure, the main structure of the game, that kind of puts it at a balance, needs to go automatically.
I have one last thing to say, Eric. I agree with you 100%. Though you can blame Union Carrier for this one, but at the same time, in my point of view, Union Carrier is really just the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah. All right, Manny, your opinion on Destruction Sword?
Like everyone else has said, cards that don't let you play the game, they're no fun at all. So I would say give the axe to Dragon Buster. But also on a side note, I'm surprised that no one's really made a comeback with Dragoonides using Union Carrier Needle Fiber.
Yet. We have that structure deck coming out.
Yeah, there's a new Dragoonity structure deck that's been announced.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say those should be like the 2 cards that people should be throwing into Dragoonides to make it good again.
Next card. And speaking of cards that don't let you play the game, and I'm biased on this one, so I'm just throwing that out there. Calamities. True king of all calamities. I'm biased for that because when generators are going to be a thing, that's going to be a me, and I need that card for it to be good. So I don't want it gone, even though I think it should, and I think it's unfair in a lot of cases. But I don't want it to go for that reason. Every other reason for like dinosaurs or whoever else uses it, I do think it should go. But for Generades, I kind of need it. Sorry if that's an unpopular opinion, but it's just how I am. So, Manny, we're going to start with you. What are your thoughts on True King of All Calamities?
If anything, I would say at a middle ground and have it at 1, because there have been lots of games that I've seen where people would end up winning because, yeah, they would stall out the effect of the first calamities only for them to make a second one, and that second one wins them the game.
Yeah. Brian, what
So I
about
would
you?
say at 1.
I honestly love it. It's a great card. I set off a pretty good stall with it when I was using it in my ancient gear deck. With the 2 reactor dragons, wonderful. Putting it at 1 is still okay, but I know that a lot of people aren't going to really like it. But it's not Lithosagem though. Lithosagem's worse. But I mean, if you gotta hit it at all, you just put it at 1. It's still good.
Josh, what about you? What's your opinion on True King?
Well, other than dinos and other decks that use it, like generators, like you said, I think it should go. But people, I remember what I think I forgot which YouTuber said. I think it was House of Champs. He compared it to Abyss Dweller. People wanted Abyss Dweller banned for the same reason.
Yeah. All right, Eric, what about you?
I'm not entirely sure, actually. I'm kind of mixed on calamities because I also use them in ancient years and maybe in Machina later, but I'll figure that out. But as of right now, I'm not entirely sure.
Okay. And Scott, I see you've been ceasing over there, so I'm proud of you. And that's why I saved you for last, because I know you're going to have the most opinions about this card. So that's why I saved you for last, so have at it.
So, as some of you guys may remember, I actually did play the full True King deck. Nobody uses it for its other really broken effect, which basically makes, because nobody plays the True King by itself. And why would they with diagram at 1?
Yeah.
But the other broken effect that nobody uses is that if you're going to destroy monsters with the True King effect, you can destroy your opponent's monsters instead, which is stupid.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I'm going to make my opinion on this card really clear. Shockmaster is banned. This thing is a rank 9 Shockmaster. It has to go. Ban it. Get off, Konami, get off your butts, do your job, and ban True King of All Calamities. It's been in the game for way too long, and it needs to go.
You good?
I would say it's more of a watered down Shockmaster. Because at least back in those days when Shockmaster,
No. It is
you can make multiples and say, okay, this one's going to negate monsters, this one's going to negate spells. Compared to nowadays, where it's like, okay, he called dark, okay, I could just super poly it off for Fusion Dragon.
Manny, here's the major. There are 2 discrepancies between Shockmaster and King of All Calamities. Discrepancy number 1, Shockmaster could stop spells or trap cards. Here's discrepancy number 2. Shockmaster could not be played on your opponent's turn. VFD can. You can just go stand by phase. Okay, I know you're running this deck. Call this attribute. You can't play.
Yeah, that's a good point.
During their turn.
That's when you impermanent.
Well, that would be the point.
That's assuming you have it.
That would be the
Just because a card has a counter does not make it any less ban-worthy.
Well, that was the whole point of making multiple Shockmasters back then, because then you could just randomly call out, say, okay, I'm going to ban monsters for 2 turns, or ban a negate monster effects for 2 turns and negate spell effects for 2 turns. Well, what can you do?
And to counter the that's when you impermit. Oh, so by
haven't
that
turned back
logic,
then.
Chaos Emperor Dragon should have come off the ban list without an errata because we have both Effect Veiler and Infinite Impermanence. Hell no!
Ooh. Wow. All right. Now for the one card that is probably going to cause the most divided opinions on Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. Mystic Mine.
And
Okay, I'm just throwing this out there. I don't want it gone. For a card like this, I think can cause, yes, it can be degenerate when you pull it off. I myself feel bad when I do it. But
Fire.
but my opinion is while there are still degenerate combo decks out there that pretty much do the exact same thing by setting up multiple negates, when they stop playing that, I'll stop playing Mystic Mine. That's what I got to say about it. So, Eric, what do you think about Mystic Mine?
And everyone's gonna get clips of us laughing while Eric just stands in silence.
Oh my god.
you guys know my answer already.
Fair enough.
Well, I don't know your answer, milady, so I need to know.
All right.
Eric wants it gone. It's plain and simple. But I think most players in the game want it gone.
Yeah.
I don't think at the time of this recording the Malefic video has gone up yet. But I even say in the Malefic deck profile, this card needs to be banned.
Yeah. Manny, what about you? What about your opinions on Mystic Mine?
I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle of it because from the few times I played it, I thought it was like okay, seems like a whatever deck. Like a lot of power down, like in the case of you, Mystic Mine helps out. Mystic Mine either helps out as a degenerate deck or helps out something like Trickstars that have lost Light Stage. So I would say as long as we got other degenerate decks out there, might as well keep it for the hell of it.
Yeah. Ryan, what about you?
Kind of along the lines with everybody else, the agreements on that. Unfortunately, Eric, I don't agree with you. I haven't used Mystic Mine yet.
Facey,
But I mean, because see, these are these kind of cards. I mean, I understand a lot of people don't like them, but I mean, I've seen a lot of things back in my day, looking at ban lists and everything like that, and I've seen a lot of cards where people were like, "Oh, just ban it." It's like, well, why not? Because I don't like it, and because it pees on me every time that I play. But dude, it's a career ball. I don't give a shit. Okay, all right. So, but they just want to ban it because they don't like it. That's it. They don't like it, and then they could be 1 out of 100 people that are like, "No, I don't like it," and then the other 100 are like, "Dude, you're freaking nuts." Well, whatever, I don't care. But I like it, so keep it.
Scott, what about you?
Whatever. Well, I already said in the Malefic profile, I say this card needs to be banned. OCG currently has it at 1. Just throwing that out there, which personally, there is not a single card in the game that is anywhere near as oppressive, or even in this game's history that is arguably more oppressive than Mystic Mine. Yeah, there's a lot of decks that it doesn't hurt, like, oh, I don't know, the Mirror Match or any kind of back row deck. It really just hurts the monster-centric decks. And I suppose you could say it kind of puts them in check, but Dark Ruler No More does that already, and Dark Ruler No More doesn't stay there as a field spell with numerous cards to protect it and or search it out. That's the key thing, is Mystic Mine is searchable. It's a field spell. Metaverse is literally limited because of this card.
And terraforming.
Yeah, well, terraforming
was put to 1 way before then, wasn't it?
Terraforming was put to 1 before mine came out, especially in the
Terraforming
OCG.
Terraforming went to 1 when Metaverse went to 1.
And over here,
Yeah, over here.
In Japan, it got limited way before. TCG dawdled way too long on putting terraforming to 1. But mine is literally the reason that Metaverse is at 1 because of the whole trap trick BS, where they trap trick Metaverse, set Metaverse, and then activate Mystic Mind directly from the deck.
Yeah.
So I personally think it should be banned, but I can see Konami over here putting it to 1. In the vein, calling back to the True King of all calamities thing, like Manny said, it's one of those, when you get rid of the 1, it's fine. Then you're able to play the game if you're able to get around the 1.
Yeah.
It's when they drop that second one. You're like, they drop the second one, you're like, well, crap, there goes my only Lightning Storm, or there goes my only Twin Twisters that I was running. And let's not forget the deck as a whole that uses friggin' Goddess Oracle to just rearrange the top cards of your opponent's deck so they can never draw their outs to it. Yep, that's the one. So, yeah, I personally think it should go, but I can see it going to 1.
Yeah.
I think it going to 1 would be relatively fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh, what about you?
It doesn't really matter if it goes to 1 or 0. Like Manny said, if you get rid of the first one, it's fine. But if you have multiples, then it's game over basically.
Yeah. Alrighty. Looks like we're getting close to the end of the video, so I'm just going to throw out a few things out there that I think should come off the ban list and go to 3. The first one is a popular opinion, Harpy's Feather Duster.
To 3, no. To 1, yes.
Yeah. To 1, but it should come off, being banned. Since we have Lightning Storm now and we have Regeki, OCG has 1, and they have Regeki and Lightning Storm, and it's hardly doing much damage over there. So, yeah. Next card I want to talk about is ABC Dragon Buster Cannon. Scott. It should come back. I think the deck as a whole, yes, the boss monster is incredibly broken, but the deck as a whole, especially in Master Rule 5, I think nowadays with the amount of utilities that we have, like with Call by the Grave, with Regeki, with Lightning Storm, Evenly Matched, and all these other things, it's definitely at a point where it would be a fair deck to play in Master Rule 5. What do you think, Scott?
I think so. I think 3 might be a little much. I say test the waters with 2 at first, but at 1, that it's not like the deck is unplayable, but it definitely. I'm not currently running it right now with it at 1, but then again, we don't have driver yet over here.
Well,
so that's going to change everything. I would personally love to see Dragon Buster at 2, though.
Yeah. All right. So to wrap this up, I'd like to go around and ask people what they want to see changed on the ban list. So, Josh, we'll start with you. Aside from the cards that we've already talked about, what do you want to see change on the ban list?
Well, maybe I might get some hate for this, but I would like to get a draw card off the list, like Grateful Charity.
Oh.
Never gonna happen.
Never.
Sorry, Josh, but that's not gonna happen.
I know. That was the one draw card that came to mind.
Okay.
I'd rather have pot of greed than charity.
Everyone would rather have pot of greed.
What does it do?
What does it do?
What does it do?
Manny, what do you want to see? What do you want to see change with the ban list?
I put much thought into this. I want to say Blaster at 1.
Blaster?
Yeah, because if you bring back Tidal, the Mermails, and all the water decks are going to use him. You bring back Redox, Emancipators are going to use him, so Blaster seems like the safest bet as a one more Dragon Ruler coming back.
Salamangreats could abuse him.
I suppose.
See you, Scott. I see you.
Yep.
But here's the thing, though. Like, where in their combo can they use Blaster, though? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, that's true.
Is it worth putting Blaster and Salamangreats is a better question.
Yeah.
Let's see. Random pop, send Salamangreat card from hand to graveyard and set up other plays with, I don't know, maybe Jaguar and Spinny. Yeah, no, it could definitely be used in Salamangreats.
You have to
now.
banish
I don't know what the hell
fire
they want to.
monsters, Scott. What Salamangreats benefit from being banished?
None of them so far.
Well, anyways.
Now go into the graveyard. No, none of them really benefit from being banished, though. You are right about that.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. Blaster at 1.
All right, Brian. What about you?
Well, you all know me. I would love to have Panthasium come back at 2, not 3. Okay, I'm trying to be nice. I'm not being a dick, but I would like to see Panthasium come back at 2, just to test the waters. I've been waiting for a very long time, patiently waiting, mind you, for a very long time for Panthasium to come back at 2. The OCG has it at 3, and according to Scott, it's not doing anything over there, even though he doesn't want it to come back. But
True.
it'd be nice because it gives a flow to the deck. I mean, look, how many people do you know that are running Monarch decks at this moment? Very few.
You.
And everyone and their mother wants to have Panthasium come back. They don't really want it at 3. They just want to have it a little bit of an edge to come back at 2.
But
if
also,
you eroded the first effect, hold on. If you eroded the first effect, because it's not once per turn to draw that 2 cards, you could do it once per turn, or hell, even once per duel. Draw 2 cards once per duel, and then have the cycling of the spells and the traps of the monarch. Then it can work, and heck, you can even put it back at 3.
Yeah.
But I would love to have it come back.
Yeah, but for on that, Brian, remember the discussion that me, you, and Scott had?
Yes, I'm very well I'm very well knowledge to that discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what we said was that,
quite frankly, I could give a shit.
so basically, what we discussed was that if Pantheism were to come back to more than 1, then they have to hit Stormforth.
Mm-hmm.
Put Stormforth at 1 and have 3 Panthasium. Okay? That's all I got to say about that. I would rather have one Stormforth to have 3 Panthasium. I'm fine with that, as long as Panthasium can come back.
Oh yeah, multiple Stormforth, especially since Stormforth can get rid of like almost every monster in the game.
Yeah, but dude, Stormforth is basically it might be a bigger brother of mind control and a change of heart, but we don't have change of heart. And then you guys want us to use the freaking what is that one?
Soul Exchange.
Soul Exchange, whatever. No, it's not. Soul Exchange?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that lets you tribute an opponent's monster.
Yes, but you don't conduct your battle phase. Whatever. I mean, either way, I would like to see it at that. I mean, fine. Want to have Stormforth on, put it at 1, but still have 3, or even have 1 Stormforth and have 2 Panthasium.
Fair enough.
There we go.
All right, moving on. Eric, what do you want on the list?
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure.
Really?
I don't really have anything that's on the ban list or that's limited or anything that needs to come off of it. So it's I really don't know of anything really.
Except if they hit Dragon Buster.
Except that, yeah, and that's the only thing. But other than that, I'm pretty much fine with everything else.
Okay. Scott, what about you? Any changes that you want to see on the list?
I have a couple. First thing I'm going to say, Brian, you are super desperate, dude. Desperation is not a good thing.
I don't give a shit.
The heart. Someone else is my viewpoint of them.
Okay.
Here are the couple of things that I would like to see. Thing number one, I would like to see Wind-Up Hunter and Wind-Up Carrier switch spots.
Yeah.
It's been far too long. Wind-ups have, I don't even play wind-ups. Just putting that into perspective, I don't even play them. And I want the wind-up players to be able to do their stuff.
Yeah.
For the good of the game. Injectors are pretty much a full power. Get wind-ups back there. Ban Hunter. Hunter was the real problem. Bring the Xyz monster back.
Yeah.
2, I would like to have a second copy of A Hero Lives. I don't really see it doing a problem. It's at 2 in the OCG right now. And Heroes won a tournament recently, but it's fine. It's half your life points. With the new time rules, it's the only problem that I would have if the second Hero Lives came back is, okay, what the hell do I take out? The third thing that I would like to see is also something that the OCG has, which is I would like a second copy of 1 for 1.
Yeah.
I think that might actually be really cool.
I would definitely love a second copy of that for
appliancers.
Appliancers, yeah.
I just realized something. We totally skipped over Elemental Lord.
Oh yeah, we did.
Oh yeah. Moomin Glacier. Yeah.
Get rid of her.
Viewers, I'm throwing that in here. Moomin Glacier should be banned. Any card that rips cards out of your hands is completely ban worthy.
Yep.
Are we all in agreement on that?
Oh, hell yeah. Sorry, John.
Now to throw my hat into the ring of one card that I think should be taken off. Let me get it, actually, because I still have it.
Oh.
What is it? What is it?
Is it Glow Bulb?
No. I'm also, first off, I'm throwing a Glow Bulb and Light Stage to come off. So I'm going to put that out there.
Only the condition for Light Stage, reincarnation has to go to 1.
I'm fine with that. I can handle with 1 reincarnation, but the deck needs 3 Light Stage. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it should come back to 3. I think it'd be fine at 1 or even 2.
Yeah.
Maxine! 3!
Talk about a great equalizer of a card.
Maxine to 3. There we go.
You get advantage. If they don't call by the Graveness, you get advantage either way because they either stop their plays or you draw a shit ton of cards.
Well, here's the thing about
Hold on. When I dueled John with this, with his Synchron deck, I literally drew 20 cards. And I beat him. And I was playing super heavies of anything. So I want this card to come back. I don't care what anyone else says. My opinion is that this card should come back. Eric, you were saying something?
Amen.
Well, here's the thing about Max C. Max C is a card that has to be either at 0 or at 3. It can't be at 1.
Oh yeah, I agree. It definitely should.
If it's at 1, it's a major trump card for whoever draws into it.
Yeah.
Let's say like you draw it and your opponent doesn't see it until like their 10th turn or something. You basically won the game.
Yeah.
So
Well, all right, Scott, what do you think about Max C?
I'm personally indifferent to it, but I definitely think it is one thing that would definitely stop a bunch of combo decks. It again has to be 1 or 3, and it has multiple counters to it. You can Ash the Max C. After they draw the first card, you control and Lockbird them, and then they can't draw anymore. You can Call by the Grave the Max C. When Crossout Designator finally comes out, whenever it comes out, you can just banish another copy of Max C from your deck, and boom. Speaking of Konami, when Crossout Designator.
Hopefully, Battle's a Legend, my friend.
Yeah, Josh, what do you think about Max C?
It can come back.
Brian?
Well, actually, one comment towards Scott, since he might know. Max C, because it is a light type, and it works well with chaos.
It's Earth.
No, it's not. It's an Earth bug.
It's
It's
Earth,
Earth.
boy.
Earth.
Oh,
It's an Earth bug, dude.
Well, could it work in Dark Lord?
It works in any deck.
Any deck.
It's a draw
Okay,
card.
it
As
can
a
work.
generic hand trap, it can work with any deck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, put it at 2.
Manny, what about
Yeah.
you?
3. Let's go.
Yeah.
Bring back the bugs.
Back the bugs.
Don't worry, fellas. I'll drive over to Brian's house and give him
The
a good
cockroach.
about the whole life thing right
I
now.
still have 3 copies of it in my binder. I'm that ready for it to come back.
All the old ulties.
No, they're the gold rare, unfortunately. I'm
Yeah,
working on getting.
Ultras.
I'm working on getting the higher rarities of them, though.
good luck. They're like expensive as hell.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
I'm surprised they're still that expensive with no one buying them.
All right, guys.
Bandless
Oh.
type.
I'd like to thank you guys for joining me in this new segment for our channel. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning into our channel. Please like, comment, subscribe. Tune in for some more videos for future deck profiles, and we'll be doing another video like this to discuss the new ban list for whenever it comes out. So hit that subscribe button, punch that bell, like this video, and we'll catch you guys later. This is Andrew the Collector signing out.
All right.
Later. Stay